I walked in the back door of my house. I took off my coat and I set down my bag. I walked into the kitchen and my wife was standing there. She said to me, "You love your business more than you love us." I have learned that the best characteristics and the worst characteristics of a personality can be embodied in the same person. At one moment, we can lift people up to see new heights. At another moment, tear them down to experience new lows. I was told you can't take a static picture of a dynamic relationship, as if you could take a picture of a person and they don't change. People are so dynamic. But what reveals and develops these characteristics are how we spend our time. Fellow Toastmasters, how do you spend your time? On February 13th, I was at the hospital. Our son, Troy Benjamin Armstrong, was born. And my wife at the hospital gave me a gift, besides my second son, this curious watch. Now I have 2 watches given to me at the hospital by my wife. One for my oldest son, and now one for Troy Benjamin. And that's wonderful, because as Toastmasters, we keep time. Everything we do is timed. I'll be the timer. I like that role. At the hospital, I began to put on my watch. Inside the box, my wife had left a little note. I took it out, and she wrote, "Dads keep time for those they love." In such a simple way, she had reminded me to keep family a priority. Because there are so many things in life that demand our time. Would you agree? Keeping time means being intentional so that someday we can talk about the good old days. What time do you look back on so fondly? What was your best compliment? My best compliment was when I was 22 years old. It was Thanksgiving. My mom was in the kitchen cooking the turkey and putting together her pumpkin and pecan pie. I was in the family room watching the Lions pregame show, believing this is the day the Lions win on Thanksgiving. My dad walked in and said, "Troy, we need some more places for family to sit." So we went to our church and picked up some more folding chairs. Believe it or not, we were having a good time. On the way back to our house, my dad said to me, "Troy, I wish I had a friend like you when I was your age." Hearing from my dad that I had the characteristics of what makes a good friend was the best compliment I'd ever received. The person I am today is largely because of my dad. For those of you who don't know me, I have 4 children, 2 girls and 2 boys. 4 kids under the age of 5. Yeah, 4 kids under the age of 5. And I know what you're thinking. How does he spend his time? Changing diapers and wiping runny noses. I believed that as a father, we are supposed to spend all our time providing for our family. And I set that out as my goal. And I began to love work. I would get up and go to work before my oldest daughter got out of bed, and come home after she had already gone to bed. One evening, my wife Jen was putting Maddie to bed, and she says, "Mom, where does Dad live?" That evening, I came home, I took off my coat, set down my bag, walked into the kitchen, and my wife says, "You love your business more than you love us." I totally denied it. I says, "That's not true. How are we supposed to pay our bills? How do we get ahead in life if I don't work these long hours?" She says, "Troy, Maddie wanted to know where you live." I wear these watches, not at the same time, but to remind me that time is the most valuable thing we have. Would you agree? Time with my dad changed my life. Dads keep time for those they love, and they validate the person their children have become. We keep time to share great experiences. We keep time with friends to have memories that'll last a lifetime. We keep time to rescue others from a bad decision that may change their life. We keep time to leave a legacy. We keep time to change one life. Sitting in the hospital, holding my son, my wife was asleep. She did all the work. The words of Warren Buffett came to my mind. And it wasn't about capital allocation. He said, the best gift that I ever received was to have the father I had when I was born. How do you spend your time? Fellow Toastmasters, keep time.
Thank you very much.